All right, sales leaders, buckle up, because today we are taking a deep dive into something that could be a real drain on your
Oh,
resources.
yeah, definitely a big one.
The hidden costs of delayed sales recruitment.
Absolutely. And, one of the biggest things
Yeah.
is that letting a sales position just sit there open for just 3 months,
Right.
that can cost you anywhere from $625,000 to over $1.75 million.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a huge number, isn't it?
It is huge.
And it's crazy how much it really flies under the radar.
Mhm.
When you're thinking about making a hire, everyone's, oh, we got to think about the salary and onboarding.
Yeah, all that upfront stuff.
But the thing is, it's those unseen consequences.
Right.
The empty chair. Those are the things that really get you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So today, we're going to unpack those hidden costs and see how they can affect sales success.
Yeah, for sure.
We're using a blog post by the sales experts called Delayed Recruitment. What are the opportunity costs?
Yeah, this is going to be a super valuable deep dive, especially if you're leading a sales team, making those hiring decisions, or, you're up in the executive suite.
Absolutely. So we're going to break down why these delays happen, what they actually mean for your sales team's performance,
Yeah.
and what you can do about it.
It's all about getting that talent acquisitions, not just HR, it drives revenue.
Okay, so let's start with the most obvious impact.
Okay.
Lost revenue.
For sure.
An empty desk that equals 0 deals, right?
Yeah, you got it.
And as sales experts point out, those missed opportunities,
Yeah.
they have a compounding effect.
Oh, absolutely. Imagine this. You've got a sales rep, and they're bringing in, say, $1 million in revenue every year.
Okay.
Every month that their position is open, you're potentially losing $83,000.
Wow.
And that's just the immediate loss. You're also missing out on all those deals that
Yeah.
could have turned into those long-term client relationships.
So that's future revenue just disappearing.
Gone. And in the meantime, your team...
Yeah, who's picking up the slack?
Exactly. They're left to cover that gap. And, your top performers, they're going to step up to the plate. But all that pressure, it leads to burnout.
Right. It's like if you ask the star quarterback
Yeah.
to play every position on the field,
Yeah.
I mean, they can handle it for a bit,
Yeah.
but eventually something's got to give.
Exactly. And, even a 10% drop in productivity across the board,
Right.
it might not seem like a lot, but then calculate that against your average deal size.
Yeah.
And that's serious money.
The sales experts highlighted an example of a project that was delayed, and it ended up costing $500,000 in potential revenue.
Oh, wow.
And it's not just projects, it's new product launches expanding into new markets.
Right.
Anything that needs that missing sales role.
It's like dominoes. It impacts everything. And while you're trying to keep up your competitors,
Yep.
they're out there taking your market share.
They're capitalizing on these delays and getting those clients that could have been yours.
Exactly. And it might seem like small wins for them now, but they snowball.
Right.
Even a 5% market share loss.
Yeah.
That can be a big disadvantage in the future.
Okay, so that's a pretty serious picture. But it's not just the lost revenue
Yeah.
and the competitive disadvantage we have to worry about.
Right. There are costs associated with just dragging out the whole recruitment process.
Absolutely. The longer it takes to fill the role,
Yeah.
the more you're spending on advertising, multiple interviews, and all that admin work.
Yeah, definitely. The sales experts actually estimate that cost per hire,
Yeah.
it can get to like $4,000.
Okay.
But if you're, really dragging it out for months,
Yeah.
like with extra interviews and advertising,
Right.
it can easily double.
So that's just money down the drain.
Pretty much.
And the thing is, a slow hiring process
Uh-huh.
that can actually cost you top talent.
Oh, absolutely. You got to think about it from the candidate's perspective.
Right.
Today's top sales professionals, they're in demand.
For sure.
They have options.
Yeah.
And they're going to go with companies that are like agile, decisive,
Right.
respectful of their time.
Yeah. If you have a drawn-out hiring process, that just sends a message.
It does.
Because your company's not any of those things.
Exactly. And that message sticks around.
Right.
I mean, in today's market, word gets around fast.
Absolutely.
So if your hiring practices are slow and clunky,
Yeah.
top talent's going to steer clear.
So it was like a vicious cycle.
It is the best candidates don't apply, so then you have less to choose from.
And ultimately, that affects your sales team.
It does.
And your bottom line.
Yeah, it's a chain reaction.
Okay, so let's say I'm a sales leader listening to this.
Okay.
And I realize my team's been stuck in this hiring limbo for a while.
Uh-huh.
What can I do to course correct?
Well, the key is to kind of change your thinking from just hiring fast to
Yeah.
hiring smarter.
Okay.
The sales experts, they talk about having a strong recruitment strategy.
Right.
It's about making your process better,
Yeah.
being super clear about who your ideal candidate is,
Okay.
and making decisions quickly.
So instead of rushing to fill the position with just anybody.
Take a step back and make sure you're getting the right talent.
Exactly. And you might need to invest in some tools and resources like applicant tracking systems. Those can help manage the candidate pipeline.
Okay.
And working with a good recruitment agency, one that really knows sales talent,
Right.
that can give you an edge.
Right, because you wouldn't expect your sales team to close deals
Right.
with old tech. So why would you do recruiting differently?
Exactly. Too many companies, they see recruitment as an expense
Uh-huh.
instead of an investment.
Mhm.
But as we've seen, the cost of not investing in a streamlined, efficient hiring process,
Yeah.
it can be huge.
Time is money in sales, and hiring delays are costing you both.
Absolutely. Every day that sales role is empty.
Yeah.
It's a day of lost revenue, missed opportunities, and potentially hurting your employer brand.
Oh, okay. So let's recap the key takeaways for our listeners.
Sure. First, understand the real cost of delayed recruitment.
Okay.
It's not just the salary. It's way more than that.
It's that ripple effect.
Yeah.
On the whole sales organization. Exactly.
And your ability to achieve sales success.
Uh-huh. Next, you got to realize that your hiring process, that's a reflection of your company culture
Yeah.
and your employer brand.
Yeah.
Top sales talent wants to work for places that are agile, decisive, and invest in their people.
So if your hiring process feels like a bureaucratic maze,
Yeah.
you're probably turning away great candidates.
Probably before they even apply. And lastly, the biggest takeaway,
Yeah.
prioritize building a strong recruitment strategy, one that focuses on being efficient and getting quality candidates.
Okay.
That might mean investing in new tools, working with an agency,
Right.
or just putting more of your own resources towards it.
So it's all about realizing that your sales team, that's the engine for your revenue growth.
Yeah.
And you need the right fuel, top talent, to keep that engine going.
Think of it like investing in a high-performance race car.
Okay, so like a race car needs the right fuel to win the race.
Yeah, exactly. You wouldn't put like low-grade fuel in a high-performance engine, right?
Right.
You shouldn't settle for just okay talent in a high-stakes sales role either.
I like that you need the right fuel to power the engine.
Yep.
And you need the right people to drive sales success.
Exactly. And that's why you got to invest in a streamlined, efficient recruitment process.
Okay.
That's how you unlock your sales team's potential and get that revenue growth.
So what can our listeners do right now to improve their sales recruitment process?
Well, first, you got to take a good look at your current process.
Okay.
Where are the bottlenecks? Are there steps that are slowing things down?
Yeah.
Are you using the right tools to manage those candidates?
So basically, get under the hood.
Yep. See what's working and what's not.
Okay.
Next, you got to figure out exactly who your ideal candidate is.
Okay.
What skills, experience, and even personality are you looking for?
Yeah.
The clearer you are about that, the better you can target your recruitment and get the right people.
I think that's where a lot of companies go wrong. They just cast a wide net,
Yeah.
hoping to get anyone they can, but it's about quality, not quantity.
Absolutely. And finally, think about working with a sales recruitment agency.
Okay.
They have the expertise and the connections to find you top talent fast.
So it's like having a secret weapon.
Exactly. Think of it as an investment that will pay off big time.
All right. So to wrap things up for our listener today,
Okay.
I think the main takeaway is this time is money in sales and hiring delays.
Uh-huh.
They're costing you both.
For sure.
The sales experts have given us a lot to think about, and I encourage everyone to check out their full blog post.
Definitely the links in the show notes.
Yeah, for more information and strategies.
And remember, it's not about just hiring fast.
Right.
It's about hiring smart invest in a process that gets you the best sales talent.
Okay, so to leave everyone with something to think about,
Yeah.
what message are your hiring practices sending to the top sales talent out there?
Good question.
Food for thought. That's it for our deep dive today.
Great stuff.
We'll see you next time for another fascinating topic.